What's up, fragrant world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about all things dealing with fragrances. If you have any interest in that kind of content, welcome to the right place for you. Please consider subscribing. Join the Fresh Squad today. Simple as a click that gets you right into the squad and you become just about as fresh as me.
Which is not very fresh, but
your freshness journey will begin nonetheless, and possibilities are limitless. While you're at it, please make sure you hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video you get notified. And if you do like this video, hit the like button. It really does help with my visibility across YouTube. Thank you so much in advance. It's springtime. We're diving into more spring fragrances. This is the third of 4 spring fragrance lists that I will be doing, and this one being the cheapies. I want to have some fragrances that are more accessible to some of you because you don't all want to spend a ton of money to smell great, and you don't have to, hence this list. So I have 10 picks here. I got some stuff I haven't talked about before, I got some stuff I haven't talked about in a while, and I have some stuff that you may have seen before. So we got a good little bit of variety. Let's dive into it. Before we dive in, this is by no means an honorable mention or anything. This is not really that related to the list, but I just got it in the mail today. This is from Hermes, their newest fragrance, H24. I'm really excited about this fragrance. I love the way it smells. I'm not going to tell you anything now, but I wanted to bring attention to it because I made a video a couple months ago talking about the fragrances I plan to buy in 2021. And as of receiving this fragrance today, I have checked everything off that list. So just feeling a little bit accomplished, but wanted to let you know that I have this. I dig it. I'll be talking about it more. It is not a cheap fragrance, so it does not belong on this list. So more to come on this. Here at number 10, I gotta say I cheated a little bit. This is not really a cheapie. At the moment, this is probably fetching almost 70 bucks, but I think the company does have a special promotion. I think you can get 15% off if you sign up or something like that. So you can get it for maybe a little bit under $60. So it's not a cheapie, but it's also not all that expensive. It's not over 100 bucks or anything like that. This is coming from Scotch Porter. I love their fragrances. I've been talking about them here and there. Great quality stuff, and this is called Badlands. This is a gorgeous scent. It is quite relaxing. This is based on a green nature, and a lot of these fragrances will have some greenness to them. Not all of them, but many of them do. Green juniper with vetiver, grapefruit, and a little bit of verbena and maybe some moss, but it comes off very rounded, very smooth, green, fresh, a little bit invigorating, but not sharp. And again, very just calming. Scotch Porter has some awesome fragrances. Great quality stuff. I love the bottles as well. I love the stories. I love their intentions behind everything. You can check them out down below. I think we have a discount code actually, now that I remember. So I'm gonna have that down in the description. But this is number 10 again because it's not necessarily falling into the criteria, but something you definitely should check out nonetheless. Here at number 9, this is number 9 because it is a clone. I am trying to prioritize more original scent profiles in my list, so not to say I don't like clones or I won't feature them, but when I do, they will be more towards the bottom half of the list. But this is a great clone, probably the best one of Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Many of you know it already, that is Nuit. A very quintessential green fragrance, green and fresh, kind of grassy, but smooth, a little bit creamy and rounded. You do have some lemon verbena in here, which is primarily where that green facet comes from. You have some violet leaf in here. You have some iris, very clean, green, soapy. That's all there is to say. Not the greatest performance, but not bad on my skin. That's Nuit from Armaf. Okay, up next, we're talking about Dossier. Once again, I like to bring some of the new fragrances that they send to me into your space so that you have them on your radar. You can easily get some great clones if you're looking for them under 50 bucks, no problem. So I got 2 to share with you. This is a fragrance that everybody knows, and this is called Aromatic Star Anise, and this is their clone of Dior Sauvage. Now, first of all, if you're not familiar with Dossier, they do clone designer and niche fragrances, all under $50 at this point. They have some different pricing levels depending on the fragrance. When you get the fragrance in the box, you're gonna get a little sample of it. You can try this out first. Don't touch the bottle. Use this up. If you don't like it, pack it all up, send it off, full refund, no questions asked. But if you do like it, then yeah, you get to keep the bottle and you got a full 50 milliliters to work with here. Magnetic cap, not the best one, but effective for sure. And does it smell like Dior Sauvage?
Yeah.
This is intended to model the eau de toilette. And it really does have that invigorating freshness from the bergamot, kind of fruity, almost a little bit sweet. Very aromatic with that lavender, very spicy with some black pepper. It's Dior Sauvage. I don't need to say anything else about it, but it's a lot cheaper than what you can get Dior Sauvage for. I think that you can get this about 30 bucks. So that's Aromatic Star Anise. And all the same applies to this really beautiful fragrance called Floral Pear, which is a clone of a Jo Malone fragrance called English Pear and Freesia Cologne. Very juicy pear, bright bergamot. You have some florals in here like freesia, like rose, a little bit of tartness from rhubarb, this tart, almost fruity, bright nature, and it does dry pretty woody and ambery. Really beautiful stuff. Not the strongest performance here, but I think a little bit better than the original because this is an eau de parfum, whereas the Jo Malone I believe is not. So this is, you know, you're gonna get 6 hours out of it, no problem. But you don't pay much for it either, which is great. And again, you use the sample. If you don't like it, send it all back. Full refund, but I'm gonna link Dossier down in the description. I think we have a 10% off code as well. So check them out if you're looking for some inexpensive options. All right, coming in at number 7 from the great Arizona house of Icon de Parfum, we have Glass Quartz. They have some new fragrances that just came out. Haven't tried them yet. I recommend you check them out, but this is probably my second favorite from the brand. Very simple scent. They all are quite simple in terms of scent profile. This is based on mandarin orange and tonka bean. Maybe some other things in there. Fresh and citrusy, but sweet, kind of creamy. Very pleasant. Again, simple but pleasant. Eau de parfum, it is gonna last a little while and pretty inexpensive. I think these are about 40 bucks. Definitely worth looking into, not gonna break the bank. Cool design for being so simple. You got the branding there on the front, and then if you can see through the bottle, you see the name of the fragrance etched into the back. If I turn it around, you'll see it, but it's backwards. That's Glass Quartz, Icon de Parfum, definitely check them out. Okay, from everybody's favorite in terms of great bang for your buck fragrances, not gonna cost a lot of money, but superb performance and some great and appealing scent profiles. From Authenticity, we have L'Homme Riche. This is probably my second favorite from the house. Man, this stuff is powerful. It is a beautiful, creamy, fresh fragrance, almost reminiscent of fougere in a way, but definitely more on the sweet and creamy side of things. I don't remember all the notes in here, but it is citrusy for sure. It has almost this shaving foam-like vibe to it. These fougere-like qualities, especially like that tonka bean coumarin sweetness. Creamy, sweet, fresh, elegant, very refined, kind of smells like a rich man. That's what this name means. And a beast of a fragrance, but not overwhelming, but easily gonna be on your skin for 12 hours and it will fill the space around you. No slouch here. Check them out. I'm gonna have a link down below. These are around the $30 to $40 mark, so no brainers, especially for the spring. Check them out. At the 5th spot, an all-time favorite. A lot of people love this one, and you can get it at a great price in many different places. This is Encre Noire à l'extrême from Lalique, a vetiver-based scent. Inky vetiver, earthy, smoky, but has a bit of this freshness to it. There might be some citrus in here. Very refined scent. This is something for the nighttime. A little bit more formal, but again, it's quite earthy. You gotta like earthy scents, not an ounce of sweetness in here. It's more on the darker side of things, but still something you wanna get close to, especially when you smell it in the air. Great quality, especially for the price. This is a total steal. I love this bottle. I mean, everything about this is a steal. It might be worth the blind buy, because again, it's pretty inexpensive. Very unique scent, kind of niche level stuff here that is Encre Noire à l'extrême. Okay, well, from one of my favorite designer houses, for sure. I don't own many of their fragrances these days. I used to own a few more that I got rid of, but I only have 2. But this is one of them. This is good stuff. This is Artisan Blue from John Varvatos. And this is a Rodrigo Flores Rouge creation, as they all are. And he finds a way to add depth and complexity to otherwise very simple and appealing scent profiles. You might think, isn't this a summer fragrance? You could wear it spring or summer. It's fresh. It's kind of aquatic, but it is green. You have some basil in here, you have some other green notes. It does smell blue, but it's also a little bit green, and that greenness really does help it for the springtime, I think. Artisan Aqua, which is a great scent, more based on like pomelo, grapefruit, kind of a fruity, aquatic, but also fougere-like scent. That one's maybe a little bit more summery if you're asking me. But Artisan Blue, actually perfect for the spring. Not great performance, but it's gonna last you a good 5 hours. It's casual, but still kind of refined and great quality stuff and very inexpensive. That is John Varvatos Artisan Blue. All right, here at number 3, we have 2 from the house of Cartier back to back. Wow, this is a classic. This is fantastic quality stuff. This came out in 1992. Kind of smells like it, but man, you dress this up, you'll be killing them. This is Pasha de Cartier, the original eau de toilette. Not a whole lot of talk about this one. A fougere. Definitely aromatic fougere based on lavender, based on kind of a mossy, woody component, based on maybe a little bit of citrus in here, lots of spice, but it does have a spicy nature that can be a little bit stuffy to some, that might give it this dated feel. And also there's a lot of oak moss in here, which can do that as well. But man, if you're looking for a long-lasting, kind of gentlemanly fougere with great quality for not a lot of money, you can get the 50 milliliter I saw on FragranceNet for about 40 bucks. The 100 mil is going to be over 50 for sure. But if you go for the 50 mil, which is all you really need if you have more than one scent, you can get it for a good price. Check out Pasha de Cartier. If you like these kind of more bold, gentlemanly, somewhat dated, vintage leaning scents. All right, we got another from Cartier. Like I said, this is so gorgeous. One of my favorites from the house for sure, the original Déclaration. A beautiful combination. This is Jean-Claude Elena, killed it with this one. Wow, bitter orange, cardamom. It is citrusy, but kind of bitter. It's also a little spicy and cooling. A touch of sweetness to keep it a little seductive in a way. And it's a little creamy even. It overall comes off a little bit gentlemanly, but something to wear in the daytime, but you could really also get away with it in the evening. Again, it has a touch of this sweetness that makes you want to lean in a little bit closer to it. It has an elegance to it, but it can also be kind of casual if you dress it down. A little bit less dated smelling, so to speak, than the Pasha, but a must smell for sure. And again, you go for the smaller bottle here on the discounters, you're not going to pay much. Gonna have it linked down below. Cartier Déclaration. Okay, my number 1. This is not for everyone. Not everyone is gonna put this on their number 1 spot. This is something that you smell it up close and you're gonna be like, wow.
I don't know how I feel about this.
But when I first smelled it, it was an immediate like, no, this is a masterpiece. This is coming from Guerlain. Habit Rouge. This is the eau de parfum. This was a gift. And I'm so happy to have this from a dear friend. Wow, powerful stuff too. Eau de parfum, no slouch. Based on quite a bit of citruses and florals, some leather, vanilla, and it is quite woody. It is a very complex scent, bright, but then gets a little floral and woody and warm, mossy, leathery, sweet. Kind of hard to describe, to be honest. There's something about it that is a little vintage, just a touch of vintage flair in there. It is pretty thick, so again, I'm warning you, if you're weary of fragrances that might smell like your dad, you might want to steer clear of this one. But if you want to take the plunge into something that's more bold, more unique, that's going to have you standing out, but again, for not much money, man, this is one to check out. Habit Rouge. I would go for the eau de parfum for the springtime. Eau de toilette might be cool for the summer. Haven't tried the eau de toilette, to be honest. Wow. Provocative stuff. Habit Rouge. All right, that is it. That's my cheapie list for the spring. I want to know what inexpensive fragrances will you be rocking this season. Put it down in the comments down below. If you like the video, please like the video. It means so much to me. And if you have not join the Fresh Squad. Again, it's as simple as clicking subscribe. I don't really know what you're waiting for if you've waited this long, at least 15 minutes that this video has been running. I don't know what else I got to do. So let me know down in the comments, hey Justin, I didn't quite feel called to join the squad yet, and here's why. Let me know what that reason is. I would love to know. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.